Alright, how you doing? You alright? Yeah, okay. You had a good New Year, good Christmas? Yeah. Who did the grapes? Who was in Spain for New Year?
Yep.
I said no hands, I can't see shit. Who was here? Alright, did you do the grapes? Why? What the Jeez, I'm so sick of the fucking grape shit. The grape stuff is just so, like, for the last 2 years I've refused to do the grapes. I now do green M&Ms, right? Now, I'm not a pussy, I do the ones with the peanuts in them, because I'm a real man, you know, but the first year I did them, my friends, up until 11:59, they were all like, why are you doing green M&Ms, you? Well, you're going to do grapes, you're going to do grapes, you're going to do grapes, you're crazy, why are you doing green M&Ms? 12:01. When I successfully eaten all 12 M&Ms without any problems, and they were all like, they suddenly thought I was a bit of a genius. And this year they all did M&Ms. The thing is about the grapes, you know, it's supposed to be good luck. If you eat the 12 grapes, good luck. Now, I don't really understand that, because first of all, what's the first thing that happens after you eat the 12 grapes? It's January. Fucking Monday of months, alright? It sucks, okay? The second thing is, for the first 10 years of my life, I'm Scottish, for the first 10 years of my life, I lived in Glasgow where we don't do the grapes, and I was having an incredible life. Then I moved to Spain, started doing the grapes, the last 25 years have been shit! Absolute fucking shit! And I started investigating, because everyone's obsessed with the idea that somehow if you don't manage to eat these little 12 pieces of fruit, which in some cases, including mine, maybe the only 12 pieces of fruit you eat all year, somehow that your life is going to be horrible. And I thought, well, maybe this is some deep-rooted tradition that goes back hundreds and hundreds of years, and there's some religious aspect to it or something. And I investigated. Now, some of you may know this, and you can corroborate that I'm telling the truth. This tradition has been going on for just over 100 years. Okay, 1909 was when it started. And the reason it started is because a grape company in Alicante grew too many grapes. And they had a meeting, and they were going, how the hell are we going to get rid of all these grapes? And then someone in the meeting said, hey, you know what, why don't we say, no, why don't we just say that they're lucky? And then people will eat them. And then someone else went, no one's so fucking stupid as to buy that. But then the whole of fucking Spain bought it. Oh, look at grapes, grapes, grapes. You see them on the 31st in the supermarkets at 7 o'clock at night buying grapes. I need the grapes, you know? And the thing is, it's bullshit, because you know, that started in 1909, it took about 5 years to really catch on, the whole country started going grape crazy. And how's Spain done since then exactly? Let's have a look, shall we? Civil war, dictatorship, economic crisis, and then a theme called Fuck Grapes! That's basically what I'm saying. You know, the thing is, like, tradition, superstition, all of these things, people doing things obsessively without really understanding why. I think they're just things that people do because they've got too much free time. You know, like obsessive-compulsive disorder, or Catholicism, you know, or being French. You know, just too much free time. Why bother? You know, because there's superstitions, for example, that I just can't begin to understand. I had a friend in Glasgow, well, he's still my friend, he's not dead or anything, I think he still likes me, but I had a friend in Glasgow, and a few years ago, we're in a bar. This guy used to work as a chef on a ship, just to give you some context. And we're in the bar, it was in the days you could still smoke in bars, and he asked me if I had a lighter, and I didn't. But there was a candle on the table, and I went to light a cigarette with a candle, and he was like, no! And I was like, what the fuck, like, slight overreaction. You know, you could just put the cigarette away. Maybe you're like, no, you bastard, you're gonna kill somebody! And I was like, well, other than indirectly helping you get cancer, I don't see how. And he told me that the deal is with lighting a candle. Apparently, according to superstition, if you light someone's cigarette with a candle, regardless of where you are, somewhere on the high seas, on a boat, someone will die. How the fuck does that happen? You know, and I asked him, I was like, well, what's the logic behind that? He's like, oh, very funny comedian, it's serious. I went, no, it's not fucking serious, you're an idiot. I said, I don't understand how my lighting your cigarette with a candle in Glasgow is going to start some butterfly effect that's going to mean that on the high seas suddenly Popeye. It just doesn't make sense to me. you know? And there's another one, like my grandmother. A couple of years ago, she calls me up, 9 o'clock at night. She's like, Tony, you have to come quick, you have to come to the house. I'm like, why, what's wrong? What's wrong? I thought maybe she'd fallen and broken her hip or something. And she's like, no, I've dropped a glove. So? She's like, I can't pick it up, it's bad luck. I said, what do you mean? She's like, no, if you drop a glove, you can't pick it up yourself, because that's bad luck. I said, Grant, I live 2.5 hours away from your house. It's 2.5 hours to your house, 2.5 hours back. That's 5 hours to pick up a glove, really? Plus, it's 9 o'clock at night. You're 85 years old. Where are you going to go? She's like, nowhere. But it's on the floor, laughing at me. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I did. I'm a good grandson. I went 2.5 hours to her house. I got the last laugh, though. Because I got into the house, she's pressed up against the bedroom wall, looking at the glove, like, you know. And I did the only civil thing that you would do. I dropped the glove too. There she goes, whoops, a daisy, oh, I'll see you, bye. It's just, you know. But the thing is, you know, I think if you're going to follow superstition, at least look into it, and then you'll understand it for the bullshit that it is. You know, for example, the famous superstition, you know, you shouldn't walk under a ladder because it's bad luck. Now, I do avoid walking under ladders, but only if there's a guy on the top going with that. You know, otherwise, I don't see the point. But I've investigated this, and apparently the reason it's bad luck, this is crazy. Right, you've got the ladder against the wall. Okay, you with me? Yeah. So you've got the ladder against the wall, plus the floor makes a triangle. The triangle represents the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Okay? And according to superstition, if you walk through, under the ladder, you break the triangle, you break the Holy Trinity, and the devil comes into the world! By that logic, you're also breaking the triangle when you take the ladder home. So really the superstition would be, if you happen to be stupid enough to put a ladder against a wall, fucking leave it. And if you extend that logic to its extreme conclusion, which I tend to do, you can't eat Toblerone anymore. There's shitloads of triangles right there. Oh no! And then the one with the salt. You know, if you spill salt, you have to throw it over your left shoulder. Now the reason behind this one is because salt, when the superstition was invented, because these things are invented, they don't just happen. Salt was an exorbitantly, excessively, unnecessarily expensive commodity. So much so that spilling it was seen as an act of sacrilege. And if you commit an act of sacrilege, the devil comes and attacks you. Okay, now, of course, apparently, according to folklore, the devil, when he attacks you, he always attacks from behind and the left. So I think subliminally they're trying to tell us that the devil is both gay and socialist. And then if you throw the salt over, because you're like Robin Hood with a piece of salt, your aim is fucking perfect, you throw it over, hits him in the eye, oh my god, and that's all it takes to stop him. That's a shit devil if you ask me. Salt in the eye stops the devil, fuck the devil. Okay? Of course, the problem with that superstition nowadays is the fact that, you know, salt isn't an expensive commodity, so spilling it is not an act of sacrilege. If you want to update it, you need to use something else that's unnecessarily expensive, like an iPhone. And I don't see too many people going, oh no, I dropped my iPhone, oh well, fuck it. You know, then there's the thing with the cat. The thing with the cat is just ridiculous. Some people don't even really, no one seems to agree on the deal with a cat. Some people, if you see a cat, it's bad luck. If you see a cat, it's good luck. It's only if it crosses your path. If it's a black cat, it's good luck. If it's a black cat, it's bad luck. If it's a white cat, it's bad luck. If it's a white cat, it's good luck. It's only if it's left to right. If it's left to right, it's good luck. Right to left, bad luck. Right to left, good luck. Right to left. You know what? Next time I see a cat, I'm going to kick the fucker. That's it. I do not condone kicking cats. I love the pussy. Poor. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, it's a new year, and I don't really believe in resolutions or anything, but if we're going to try and do something, you know, the world's in a really shitty place right now, and, you know, we don't want to be wasting energy on things like tradition and superstition. I think we should be wasting them on things like, you know, decency. and common sense, and love, and peace. You know, so we need to get rid of superstition, and I think the best way to get rid of superstition is to inject a lot more superstition into the world. Okay, the logic behind this, you know, like if you're a little kid and your dad catches you smoking and he closes you in a room with 10 cigarettes and no windows and makes you smoke them all until you're sick and then you don't want to smoke anymore. Well, we should do that with superstition. See, I'm relying on you guys here. Are you with me? Yeah. We can change the world. Are you with me? Yeah. Alright, see, this is what we need to do, people. We need to each make a list of 10 to 20 really ridiculous superstitions and inflict them on the world. Okay? And if we all do this, then people will eventually see superstitions for the bullshit that they are, and they will leave them alone. I'll give you one to start off. Never eat a pizza upside down, otherwise every second Tuesday your father will become a lesbian. that's the kind of thing. Anyway, right back. But anyway, I better crack on because I've just realised tomorrow's Friday the 13th and I don't want our show to go over midnight. So anyway, we've got a really great show for you. You ready? Yeah! No, you see, you guys are on fire, so I want more than that. Are you ready? Yeah! Okay, what we're going to do, I'll just explain how the show's going to work out. We've got 3 great stand-up comedians who are going to come and give you some of their best material. You're going to love it. And then we're going to have a very quick break, so you can buy drinks, because we like our audiences drunk. I especially like female members of the audience drunk for after the show, because otherwise, not going to happen. And then after the break, we're going to come back and we're going to do some improv games with you. We're going to get some audience participation. It should be really fun, dynamic. You all ready? Okay, so we're going to go with our first comedian of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, the following man is an alcoholic. He's a bad man, and therefore, of course, he's the only husband and father in our group. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr.